Good afternoon everyone, and thank you for joining me today for episode number 3 of the Rossoneri Rampage. Today we move on to episode number 3. We've got some Europa League business to attend to. We're going to be playing Rosenborg in the group stages, our first game of the group stages as it is. We've also got a result coming up from our game from Kiev. We're going to show you the highlights of that. So let's roll the intro and get into episode number 3.
Campionato di calcio italiano.
So as we can see on the screen then, we beat Kiev 1-0 courtesy of a goal from Stefan Ilsanka, which we're now going to go and take a look at, if possible. I'm not sure if it's going to allow us to do that. So let's go and watch the goals only from that game, which we're going to do now. So just generating the match report. So here we go then, it's Bajic into Ilsanka, and Ilsanka, lovely header into the back of the net, and that secured the 3 points for us. So that was a really good header there from Ilsanka, already paying the £3 million that we paid for him back, which is great news. Obviously today we've got Rosenborg coming up, so join me in a second when we're going to head across to the squad selection screen and pick our team for today's game. So this is the squad then for today's game against Rosenborg. We're going to go with a slightly changed lineup. We're going to stick Hakan Halanoglu further up the pitch. We're going to bring Bajic back into the middle with the standard. I'm going to try a Segundo Volante as well. Suso down the right with the inside forward. Should link up quite nicely there with the right back. So let's have a look then. So we're going to go with Donnarumma, Rodriguez, Bonucci, Musacho, Ibate, Ilsanka, Bilia, Bajic, Kahanoglu, Suso and Andre Silva up top. Now assertively we're going to tell them that we've been on a good run lately, go out there and impress, and that didn't have the effect that I was hoping for. So we're going to follow it up with the old George Michael, as I like to call it. Gotta have faith. And they've listened quite keenly, so we're going to go into the tunnel and we're going to assertively tell them we've looked good in training and we've prepared for this event, and I'll pick the team based on the tactical style. And I'm also going to say that my team is motivated regardless of opposition. So teams have kicked off here, and it's Ilsanka on the ball to Musacho, to Bonucci, Rodriguez to Bajic, and that is the end of the opening highlight. And we're going to make sure as well that we switch on to key highlights, just because obviously I'm aware that you don't want to eat too much into the time of your day. So 7 minutes gone and not a lot has happened so far, so join me for the next highlight. So at the half-hour mark and nothing has happened so far. We have had a lot of shots though, and also a hell of a lot of possession. We're dominating with almost 70% of play. Team are playing reasonably well. Rosenborg are proving hard to break down. It looks like we're not going to get anything in this first half. So let's just see how that closes out. We're going to be coming into half-time now. The score's level here in Norway. I mean, 11 shots, 63% of play. We've played really well. So let's have a quick look at the analysis tab and see the heat map. So you can see here we've had the team is keeping a good shape at the back. We've got a good shape in midfield, and we've got a decent shape out wide, but it doesn't seem to be happening for us just yet. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into the team instructions and I'm going to tell them to play. It is unbalanced already, so get them to close down more. We're going to push the line up slightly higher using the offside trap, and we're going to take that off. We're going to play out defence, going to pass into space, we're going to play more direct, and we're also going to work the ball into the box and look for the overlap. So also what we're going to do is we shall float crosses, because we should have the aerial ability which we need. So team talks, first of all, we need to go in. We need to assertively tell them we can still win this, keep working hard and it will come. Attacking player, we will passionately tell them you have the ability to make a difference. We'll do the same also for the midfield, and we'll do the same also for the defence, just to keep things in line. So we're going to go back into the second. I'm just going to quickly check any injuries that we might have picked up, which we seem to be okay so far. So we're going to start the second half off as we left it, and fingers crossed we can get that breakthrough early doors. So again, nothing seems to be happening. So I'm going to switch to an inside forward attack role for old Hakan out wide. See if that brings about anything rather than playing the trequartista role. And I'm also going to bring off in a moment, if it lets me click the button, which it's not letting me do. So I'll do it this way instead. I'll bring off Locatelli, bring him on for Ilsanka. Now I'm going to try and get them to push forward because we need to be more attacking here. We're struggling to break them down. We've had a real wealth of possession. And we've got a free kick here, and it's Billy who plays it in. Reinesen, Wilhelmsen to Skivuk. Abate finds Andre Silva in space, and Andre Silva, good save from Hansen. Ball goes out for a corner, which is going to be Billy to take. Plays it towards the edge of the area to Locatelli, but Musacho picks it up, and that is the end of that highlight. I thought we were going to be able to sneak something there. And they've got a free kick here in a dangerous area, but we managed to get it away, and Suso now has the ball. He's got Silva advancing to his left. Suso goes it alone though, plays it out wide to Rodriguez. Andre Silva, Locatelli with an absolute ripper straight into the back of the net. And Milan get that deserved goal since switching to the attacking method of play. And we're now just going to tell them just to tighten up for the last few minutes. We're going to switch back down to standard. No, we're going to switch back to standard mentality. And I think we've got the result we needed. It was a bit of a dull game, this one. Andre Silva to Abate out wide, plays the ball in. Škivić gets it away. And that is it. 1-0 win for AC Milan. We dominated the game, possession. We had 15 shots to their 8. Good performance on the whole, but we just didn't seem to do it in that final third. I might have to look at tweaking the striker settings. Maybe we could do with using something a bit else, and I'm going to tell them that they need to step things up against better opposition. A few players took a bit of exception to that, and that just went wrong, didn't it? Oh well, so we'll leave that for today. Should have left it, really, to be honest. So we have just managed to beat Rosenborg. Well, we should have thrashed them, really, considering how we played, but we just couldn't put the ball in the back of the net. So we've added another win to our belts today, courtesy of that late goal from Locatelli, which was an absolute screamer. We're going to be back with you for the match against... Let's go through until we come up against Benevento. That should be a good game to play. I was thinking about playing Udinese, but we'll skip these next 2 games, try and progress things a little bit more. So we're going to be back for the game against Benevento. Should be a winnable game for us. We currently sit in 4th position in the Serie A. Let's have a brief look at that quickly. So we played 3, won 2, drawn 1. We're 2 points behind Napoli, who sit top after winning all 3 games. Juventus and Genoa join us in joint 2nd. We're in 4th on goal difference. Squad is looking fairly decent at the moment. Injuries aside, I mean, we could do with Giacomo Bonaventura to come back. We've got Conti out, Kessie out. Kessie's a big player for us. Dynamics are looking okay. We've got 5 players who are unhappy because we sold Luca Antonelli, who was performing really poorly in pre-season. So yeah, guys, I hope you've enjoyed today's episode. Remember to leave that thumbs up down below and leave any comments you might have as well. Feel free to check me out on Twitter. You can see a link to that in the description down below. But for today, guys, I'm out of time. Subscribe to the channel if you are new, and I'll see you again in the next episode.